What are you expecting today?
Good morning, Olivia. Well, it's about 6:50 in the morning here, so you can see people lining up. The doors don't even open for like 45 minutes, and indeed the keynote big event doesn't start for another few hours. But this Google I/O conference is interesting, if only to point out the differences between that other big mobile operating system maker, Apple, and Google, because the things that are expected to be announced here, a new version of their operating system, a new photo app that's spun off of Google+, some iterations on their car software and on their plans for a potential cardboard virtual reality device. Almost all that stuff's already been announced before. Indeed, when you compare Google to Apple, it's like comparing, say, an orange to an apple. They're different things, particularly when it comes to big announcements, because Google's not really good at making big announcements. They release things iteratively. They talk about things in many stages. They talk about them all year, so that there's not a lot of drama built around an event like this. Indeed, the point for having such a big event to announce a big product, all those products have already been announced. But there's still business to be done. It's the biggest mobile operating system in the world. So something like 5,500 people or more are gathered here in San Francisco to do some business, to learn a little, maybe hear a little about what might be coming in the future.
Cory, are you getting any sense from the developers as to what the next big thing for Google might be? Even if it doesn't come in a big, splashy product announcement, Apple style, what's going to be the next Android? What's going to be the next Gmail? What's going to be the next search? Google experiments in so many places and comes up with a lot of products that just don't get a lot of traction.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of Google's style, is to throw a lot of things against the wall and see what sticks. You know, to be fair, the news from this conference isn't going to happen for quite a while because people are literally just waking up and showing up here. It doesn't really kick off for another few hours. So what big news we might get from this is we'll only know from the carpet bombing of press releases that starts to happen this morning of sort of these minor announcements. But in terms of major big movement, you know, they talked about virtual reality at this event last year. Maybe they'll do more this year. The Android stuff as it starts to roll out into cars over this season. Indeed, Hyundai just yesterday released their first car with Android in the dashboard. That's the kind of thing where big developments could happen in the future.
Cory, how about Android M? If that's the new lollipop, I don't know where they get these names. Where do they get these names? But what are you expecting out of Android M?
I think there aren't any sort of major product changes in this new release of Android software, except for promises of that it's going to work a little more seamlessly. One of the interesting things about Android, as it's written on phones, there are so many different versions of Android that run on so many different products that the flagship Android 6.0 M, the new Android software, is just one version of that. And there will be so many flavors offered into so many phone makers that what any individual user has could be quite different from device to device.
I heard there is going to be fingerprint detection now standard in the M. Just saying. I'm looking forward to that. Cory Johnson,
on some devices there will, but there's hardware required too. Yeah, exactly.
That's true. I know you have a long day ahead of you. Cory will be out there covering the Google conference for all of you,
Thanks,
so stay
Olivia.
tuned.